quality, I think it's Panda Paradise that went up recently for Dreamer Designs unboxings that I've done. I think it's in that one that I mentioned that once I did that one and then one big one from Dreamer Designs, that I would pretty much have all of my larger premium canvases caught up as far as unboxings. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about that last big one that I haven't shown you guys yet. And I think once that's done, I should have an unboxing video for every premium canvas I own, if you're curious about that. So today is going to be, if we can get it in shot, Angel of the Waters by Robert Finale. And this is a image of a fountain. I believe this is supposed to be a New York image. Never been to New York, so not entirely sure, but that seems very Central Parky to me. But, you know, I've mentioned in past videos that I have a thing about angel images and celestial images and angel wings and all of that. Partly for being a namesake, maybe. I think I mentioned in a previous video that having angel be part of my name meaning, that a lot of people tend to gift me angels from the time I was a kid. So yeah, you just keep kind of attached to that kind of artwork, I guess. So yeah, this one's a bigger one. This is a 80 by 60. So we're gonna have to move around a little bit, and I don't know if I can get everything in shot, in frame, but I may need to shift it around. Whoops. Okay. And I think this one is a square, if I remember right. Yeah. I don't think this one is offered in a round. I think this is just a square as far as I know. But I was so into it that I did it anyway. Normally I will pick up rounds simply for the fact that I can finish them faster, I can work them faster. I don't have anything necessarily against squares per se, except for the fact that they take me a little bit more focus, a little bit more time, just because, you know, I think with the premium canvases you run into it a little bit less, but with some of the more budget canvases, if you get squares, you can run into the issue of the square edges not being perfectly filed, and so then you run into issues with it not lining up perfectly well. Rounds are just a little bit more forgiving in that area. You can just slap a round down and if it's a little bit off, it doesn't look too bad when you stand far away. I feel like when the squares get a little bit wonky, if they're not perfectly lined up, it's more noticeable, at least to me. So for that reason, I tend to veer more towards doing rounds. But other than that, I don't have any issue with squares. So as always, instructions if you're new to diamond art, and the 15% off your purchase if you want to use that QR code. Your sticker sheet with the DMC numbers if you want to organize with boxes or you know, the containers, plastic containers, however you do it. If you don't want to use the bagging system, or, you know, if you want to use it on plastic bags, the little plastic bags, you can also just stick these on the front. You can do it that way too, however you want to do it. Those are just DMC stickers for organizing your drills. And then you get a sticker for your logbook if you do logbooks, and then just some stickers for fun. So that's on your sticker sheet paper. And then let's see what's in this this kit here, because I don't know if it's different. I feel like they vary a little bit between the really large ones and the smaller, more budget-friendly ones on Dreamer Designs, but we'll see. That's another pink one, so they may just be transferring to these lighter pink ones. But yeah, bag of bags. With this particular kit, this actually makes sense because these are in the drill trains, so you probably will need some bags for that. You're probably going to need a lot more than what they put in this, given the size of this, but it's a good start, and these are easy enough to pick up anywhere else. So, same toolkit as always, the wax, the squishies, sparkle pens, branded tweezers, although the brand on this one is a little bit faint, but it is on there. And then the divider thing for your tray if you use that. And then there are the same placers as always. So that is your toolkit for this one. Just thought I'd breeze through all of that real quick. Oh, that's a little bit... Oh, okay. I just noticed this stuck on there. And I thought at first that they had just put a sticker on there instead of having it imprinted in the bag like they usually do. And I was about to say, that's a little cheap. Although looking at this, it looks like the lettering is pulling up a little bit. So it does look a little bit cheaply done on this one. So yeah, there's that. That's not that big a deal to me because I have a million of those toolkits. So let's look at this canvas here. Speaking of that canvas bag though, with this thing though, it does bring to mind one thing with sometimes when I hear diamond painters who will try to say that that the issues you run into with budget kits don't happen with premium kits, like, you know, the quality is just there and that's what you're paying for. That may have been true back in the day. I still feel like it's worth it if it's an image you really love. That's really the only selling point I need for doing premium canvases. If it's an image I really love, if it's a price I'm happy with, that's all I'm really concerned with premium companies. But I do take some issue with people saying that like nothing bad happens with premiums and that you don't run into issues you have with budget kits, because as you can see, even the premium companies are cutting corners here and there and doing things cheaply, which, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of the world we live in now. Everybody, including business owners, are trying to figure out how to live in this world, in this economy, and still make their profits, still give you the product you want. And sometimes they're not always, you know, on the straight and narrow with that because they're trying to figure it out on their end. And as business owners, because it's business, they tend to try to do things that work best in their favor. And then if it works out for you too, that's great. That's how most of them work, because that's just how business works. You know, people tend not to get into too many businesses for the charity aspect until they're at the point where they're already making serious bank and they can look at a charity aspect. Most of the time though, they're in it for the profit because, you know, that's their livelihood. So yeah, I just thought I would mention that, looking at that. If you get into premium canvases or you're thinking about it and you think that you're going to pay the money and not run into the issues you might have with budget canvases, it happens across the board. You'll have issues with shoddy made drills. You'll have canvases that are printed on inferior tarpaulin or something. Sometimes it just depends. That's not to say it happens with all canvases. It's just you're gonna run into it every so often. Anyway, so this is Angel of the Waters by Robert Finale. Design size is 80 by 60. And I don't know how much of it is going to show through on the camera. I'm going to do my best because it is a really darker image. It's one of those ones that doesn't really look like much when you're looking at the undrilled canvas. I mean, it's pretty standard quality of diamond painting that a lot of canvases look kind of, I wouldn't say unappealing, but like just I don't know, underwhelming maybe. Before you put the drills on, the drills are what makes it comes to life. But especially with this one, because it's such a darker canvas, because it's a night scene, this is especially true for this, that this is designed for when you look at it just like this, it's going to be like, ah, yeah, okay. And then when you put the drills on, it's going to be like, ah, I see it. I see the things coming together, because just looking at this, it might be hard to tell that there's this whole stone bridgeway up here, and then the effect of the water falling down the fountain. And I think, if I remember in the original image, there were supposed to be some people on benches or something down here. I don't think that's really going to come out, but that's okay. I got it primarily for the bigger qualities of the image that I wanted to come through, as far as the fountain and the bridge, the angel at the top of the fountain, the, statuary, and then the different colored trees that are in the background, and then that little bit of night sky you get back there. As long as all that comes through, I'm not too concerned with everything else. So I don't know if this one had any of these. It looks like it says there's one AB and one crystal in here. Given the size of this, given that it's a fountain, I'm probably going to throw some extras in, because I do have some. I don't have a lot, because I don't do a ton of square drills, because of the fact that they're more attention oriented for me. They take, as far as I have to put more concentration on them. I tend to kind of just limit it to maybe 2 or 3 per year at the most. So far, that's what I'm averaging. It could go up more in years coming if I get better at it. But for now, it's averaged about maybe 2 or 3 square drill kits a year. But I do have some special drills in squares stashed away for when I do these type of kits. So let me see. Okay. Yeah, it looks like there's only 2 specials in here. So altogether there are 63 colors. I don't know how amazing the colors are going to be, because it's a lot of dark. It's a night sky, darkly lit, all of that. So you may look at these colors and be like, but again, I think it's one of those ones that when they all blend together should be pretty amazing. I'm hoping. So let me figure out how to do this. Okay, we'll do it this way. I'm not going to rattle off all the numbers. I'll just give you an overview of what the colors look like on all these trains. Because, 63 colors. I don't want to do every DMC code for that. I don't think you want to listen to it. Well, some of you might want to, but I think the majority of you probably don't really care about the DMC numbers per se. You can figure all that out when you get the kit, if you're that interested in it. Just giving a little preview for anyone who might be curious. Flip it this way. So yeah, so far a lot of dark blue, a lot of gray, some burgundy tones, some browns, little bits of orange and green here I'm seeing. That's probably for the color changes in the trees. A little bit lighter colors here and there. Oh, look at that. There's a bright color for you. I'm going to flip these the right way so that the bar is not in the way of seeing the color. That one, let's see this one, 3371. I think that's a dark brown. It looks a little bit purpley, but I think that's a dark brown. So yeah, I will say if you're the type that's into really bright, electric, rainbowy type canvases, this might not be for you. But if you don't mind working on darker color themes, this could be nice. Whole bunch of gray, so that's going to be a lot of the shadowing. Really nice soft yellow there, some more purples, a little bit of orange, and then I think this is the train that has the ABs on it. Okay. More orange and yellows, and then a whole train of kind of neutrally browns. And then these are your two specials. You get one teeny tiny amount of this yellow AB square, and then one of a square just plain crystal. So I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be in the fountains and maybe the lighting. Let's just take a look. Actually, let me pull it back up so I see what number that is. Okay, 63 O symbol is the crystal one. So yeah, that's going to be on the edging of the fountain here. See if I can see it anywhere else. Right off the bat, that's the only place I'm seeing the, well, there's a tiny bit on the tops of the stairs here. A little bit, it looks like. But primarily it looks like the clear crystal is going on the fountain, which makes sense. And then 62 is your yellow AB. That's also going on the crystal. Or not on the crystal, on the fountain. Let's see if I can see it anywhere else. I mean, it's not going to be a ton because there's only like a handful of drills in here. So yeah, it's like a tiny bit of accent. I think there's all of like maybe 10 drills showing on the fountain there. See, I don't really see it anywhere else except around the fountain. Well, there's a tiny bit down here on the walkway. I don't know that it's enough to to really make much of a difference there, but yeah, the AB drills are, I will say the AB drills on this are a little bit underwhelming. I'm probably going to go back in and add some more as far as like, I think I have some yellow square crystals, so I may go back in and add those into the lamppost light around here. Figure out a color I can replace with a square yellow crystal. I don't know where else I would put it. And possibly maybe up in some of the windows here in the skyscrapers in the background, just to kind of break that up from the night sky, because it kind of looks like they used some of the same color for the night sky up here in the skyscrapers, which I do see happen a lot when it gets run through these diamond painting computer programs where they design how to lay it out. That is one thing I see happen a lot, is when you get things up in a night sky, a lot of times the background will just blend in with whatever is in front of the background. So that is one area where I've had to learn how to edit a lot of my images so that details come through better, is that I'll have to go back in and find a color that's very similar to that but just maybe like a shade or two lighter or darker, so that you can see where the background starts and stops and where the other object comes through. That's something I've had to figure out how to do over a long time of doing this. But yeah, that overall is Angel of the Waters. I feel like I don't know what I would do. I feel like maybe the angel statuary up here might need some sort of AB, but I don't know what yet. I do have some very light pink AB, but that might stick out a little bit. I might have to go in, and I feel like maybe more of, if I could find an AB that was maybe closer to like this tone, this like sort of softer orange color, I feel like that would fit a little bit better for that. I just want to give the more stronger illusion of, you know, this statue being backlit by all these lights from the lamppost and all of that, just to give that more warm tone of, you know, when you walk through a very well lit park at night, and you know, when there's events going on or something like that, and you have all of the nice bridge lights on and stuff like that, just to give that better feeling. But this one is one that's now that you've seen it, it's going in my little storage vault for a while. I don't have any super immediate plans to pull this one out. I just wanted to have it in my stash because I do really love this image. I just want to have it in my stash as, like, I don't know, maybe one of those, like, what they call rainy day canvases, when you just want to sit and work on something for a good long while. But yeah, won't be digging into it, at least not planning to be digging into it anytime soon, at least within the next few months. But I'm showing it now. So there we go. We are all caught up. I now have an unboxing video for, I believe, every premium canvas I own now. So yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by, and we will talk soon. Bye, guys.